I wasn't going to do a video on this, but first of all, hit my music.
Black woman had our back. She always put us on the map. She nurtured us from a babe. So first you just look at that.
Okay, that's much better. Okay, now let's go over the disclaimers before we get any further.
Mama told me there be days like this, and when they come, don't you be afraid to raise your fist. Nah. Alright. The preacher told me there be days like this. Keep your eyes peeled, cause it's gonna get crazy like this for real. Check. They be like, boy, what you make another record? Talking about them big ass diamonds in your bezel. Talking about how my shit hotter than the devil. Talking to a rapper, you ain't on my level. What we talking about? Hoes, I got several. What we talking about? Clothes, I got several. I'm getting to the money, never settle. Disrespecting, we gon' have to use the metal. Get the D, penitentiary for another quarter century. Just some tip to me, now who really are my enemies? Tell me if it be another melanated human being. Get into the cream, I done seen plenty schemes that the people do behind the scenes. All for the power, riches, and the finer things. They want us to kill each other, leave us all extinct. Break up all the benefits and shatter all our dreams. But look at these dreams, you cannot tell us a thing. We on the scene, melanated kings and queens.
Alright, that's nice, that's nice. Alright, now let's get into the topic at hand before people get in their feelings even more based off of the particular title. What's good, black people? First and foremost, if you're first time viewing my content of this video, like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. So today I wanted to discuss a particular issue that's being talked about for the past couple of days now, if not for the past couple of days, maybe for the past week or so, and that's concerning the quote-unquote legacy of Nipsey Hussle. Okay, and as you can see in my title, I called it Nipseyanity, for God so loved the world that he gave us a good Crip. And I called it this because there's a particular concept that's being spread about on Nipsey, and that's he's a messiah for black people. Now, I have made a video. If you haven't seen the video, I'll put the link to the previous video in the description box below, and you can also check it out. Just go on my page and you'll see my previous video, and it concerns Kodak Black. Okay, and I talk about not really the issue of Kodak disrespecting Lauren London, but I go in on how all these black men who were getting at Kodak for, you know, trying to hit at Lauren London, they wasn't just mad when it came to respecting black women, when it came to him disrespecting black women. So I dealt with that issue. So when it concerns this particular issue, and when we talk about the quote-unquote legacy of Nipsey Hussle, and when we talk about the stuff that he has done for his community and his hood, you know, to an extent, I don't have a problem with you giving honor and admiration in terms of respecting his work, right? If he has done something that was good for his community, if he preached a good message for his community, and for people within his hood to learn to invest money, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, I don't have a problem with you giving props to his work, giving props to his music, or whatever the case may be, right? You know, how he used to speak at certain events and stuff like that. In certain interviews, if you start to share his interviews or his music, I don't have an issue with that. My thing is when you take this artist out of the category and the realm of being an artist, and you put him into a box of being a revolutionary fighter. That's the number one problem I have a problem with. And then number two, I have a problem with the adultery that a lot of these quote-unquote pro-black people are committing. I have a problem with all these quote-unquote pro-black people who are saying that Nipsey was one of the greatest out here. He was one of the realest ones out here. He was the realest one out here, and he was doing more work than every activist or every person who was doing stuff, you know, because they didn't have the spotlight or they didn't have the same platform as Nipsey Hussle did. I have been seeing these particular comments like this, and I have people even in my live stream last night try and tell me that Nipsey did more than all of y'all, so y'all can't even talk on him, right? I've even had somebody send me a quote of him saying that basically just because he said that basically people who have done less than you will talk on people who have done more than them, right? So they was trying to say that I'm only talking on Nipsey because I have done less than him. Because y'all really putting this celebrity on a fucking pedestal. Oh, you haven't done what Nipsey done, so you ain't doing shit, nigga. Like, really? Y'all on some fucking bullshit. I don't see you doing what Nipsey did, man. You can't talk on this shit, man. We are really fucked as a people, and we wonder why we ain't getting nowhere. It's not the truth. It's not the truth at all, because this man wasn't with a black woman, number one, to begin with. And I already ended it there, because you already asked me what he didn't do. He didn't marry a black woman. He already showed that he didn't have any type of respect for black women. He wasn't revolutionary. He did stuff for his community. I'm not going to lie about that. He did stuff for his people. I'm not going to lie about that. But he wasn't a revolutionary. He gained, and I mentioned this in my first live stream. Why? I need somebody to ask me this, or answer this for me. For every Nipsey supporter in here, please answer this for me. Please answer this for me. Please. If Nipsey Hussle was a threat to white supremacy, and if he was a revolutionary like y'all say he was, why is white supremacy, the same organization that goes against the unification of black people, why are they worshiping his death? I'm waiting for you to make some moves instead of making videos. So I gotta walk in the footsteps of Nipsey now. So now I'm not doing anything for my people, because even though I do specialize in film production, you know, me making videos and displaying information for my people on social media or just on any type of media platform doesn't mean shit, because my work hasn't compared to Nipsey. We are really fucked as a people, man. That shit crazy. He owned his music, opened a vegan shop, gave jobs. You're repeating yourself, Joel. I just told you that's the same thing Jay-Z can say. That's the same thing Beyonce can say. That's the same thing Kanye can say. That's the same thing they say about Nicki Minaj or Rihanna. That don't mean anything. Serena Williams opened up a school in Africa. You know, that doesn't mean anything. He wasn't revolutionary. Okay, see, Joel, you repeating yourself, fam. Because y'all still not disputing anything that I'm saying. You know, all these excuses that people are making when I came to the conclusion based on him and his association with the music industry, okay? And we'll get into that in a second. But the second issue that I have is that y'all are turning this man into a deity. Y'all are idolizing this man, whether you consciously know it or you subconsciously know it. You are putting this man on a pedestal, and you're saying that this is the greatest. This is the greatest man. That he's the one of the greatest ones to ever do it. And y'all taking it for a form of honor. This is not honoring somebody. When you put somebody on a pedestal and you start to make all these pictures about him, and you start to tat him on your arm and on your leg and on your back. The game, he posted a video of him having Nipsey being posted on his back. I don't know any man any masculine man who would post or who would tat another man on their back. You know, that's beyond me. But he got Nipsey's face tatted on his back. There's other people out there who have been tatting Nipsey somewhere on their body, you know. And this is a form of idolization. This is a form of idolatry, you know, for you to do this in terms of quote unquote honoring somebody, right? So now they tatting them, you know, the man on their body, which, you know, in my opinion, you know, I didn't know the man like that, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't appreciate something like that. Like, that'd just be some weird, like, even before his death, if somebody was to do that, he'd just be like, the hell? Like, you know, this is what y'all are doing, and y'all taking it as a form of honoring him, quote unquote. Y'all making these big paintings about him. Y'all even have made him into a form of a godly deity where, you know, he has the crown of thorns and he has the holes in his hands, and y'all calling him a messiah for his people. Nobody even really knew about him like that, but now because he died and because of this wave that's being pushed around, because of the over exaggeration, now he was the greatest one. He was the greatest out of, you know, all the people who have been doing stuff for his people. Not to mention, you know, he did do stuff for black people and he did do stuff for people within his hood, you know. However, he is an artist, okay? There's a difference between an artist and a revolutionary. And though he did stuff, you know, that was typical, because it was typical for an artist to do that. How many artists can you name that have done the same thing as Nipsey have done? And that's not to exclude the things that he have done. That's not to talk down or to degrade or disrespect the man and what he has done for his community. But what other artists haven't done that? You know what I'm saying? You have people like Beyonce and Jay-Z. You know, one of the most wicked and malicious couple or people within the music industry, you know, in the top ranks. You know, all the stuff that they have done in terms of donating to Black Lives Matter, even though that organization is funded and most likely organized by a white Jew, but it's also coordinated by lesbians and transvestites and queers. You know, save that for another day. You know, you have people like Oprah who does this and that for certain black people, and then open up a school in South Africa. You know, we know how wicked she is and how much of a queen she is. You know, people like P. Diddy who's supposedly doing stuff for black people, but we know how wicked he is behind closed doors and what he has done to little kids. You know, and how he used to molest Usher when he was a child. So, you know, all this other stuff, and I could go on and on. I could talk about Jay-Z and his association with people who do the spiritual cooking. You know, I could go on and on. I could talk about Freemasonry, but I don't want to make this too much of a long video. But what I have an issue is that you are putting Nipsey in the category of, number one, being a revolutionary, and then number two, you're putting him in a category where he is to be idolized and worshipped. We're having people out here who are saying we need to walk in the footsteps of Nipsey. And I didn't know Nipsey like that, but I'm pretty sure based off of the stuff that I have seen from this man in interviews and, you know, just looking at his music, I'm pretty sure he didn't want you to walk in his footsteps. I'm just saying, he didn't want you to walk in his footsteps, because if you walk in his footsteps, you see where it got him. Okay? My advice would be for you to walk in the path that the Most High or your ancestors have for you. Not to walk in the footsteps of another man, because that will show that you are praising and you're putting a man in front of not only your destiny, but in front of the Most High and within the destiny that your ancestors have for you. We cannot all, you know, play the same part that Nipsey played within his community. Not to mention, you know, there's a speculation going around on whether or not Nipsey was black. Now I know that might sound crazy to y'all. That might sound crazy. What you talking about? He was black. What you talking about? You know, somebody gonna get mad. I know somebody watching this right now. They be like, what the fuck this nigga talking about? Talking about Nipsey ain't black. I listen. His mother, if you look at his mother is mixed. Okay, but she identifies as a quote unquote African American. That's the only information that you can pretty much look up and find, unless you find an interview where he talks about his ancestry background or whatever, and his mother. Excuse me. But his father is a hybrid Caucasian, aka Arab, and I can't say the word, but he's a Eritrean, right? And that's on the edge or in the horn of North Africa, right? And that's right next to Ethiopia. So he wasn't Ethiopian. He might have Ethiopian ancestry. You never know. If he's even said it, you know, I'm not denying that. But one thing that people were trying to say to boast up his image is that he was related to Haile Selassie, and he was not related to Haile Selassie. Somebody was just saying that because, you know, he might have similar features to Haile Selassie, and this was just more of a way to boast up his image. And the people were saying that our ancestors reincarnated and stuff like that. So they was trying to say he was the reincarnated Haile Selassie, you know, coming back for his people and stuff like that. So, you know, a lot of people have been reaching lately. People said that when he left, he shifted the universe, and now we all know, we all following in that shift. And, you know, y'all putting this man on a pedestal, you know, and it's crazy that you give so much honor and admiration for this man you barely even knew, you barely gave attention to, you know. But there are people who are within your own community. There are people, and I'm not going to put me in the category, but you have people like me. You have people like, you know, these particular activists around my age within other parts of the world who have platforms, you know, and they're going out and about of their way, you know, to talk about these particular issues that concern black people, and to inform their people and to help their people. And people like us were slandered. People like us, we're the most hated people on Instagram. We get called a self-hating coon. We get called egotistical. We get called an asshole. We get called misogynistic, homophobic, sexist. We get called everything up and above. People have accused me of bashing and hating black women. That's crazy. People have said that, you know, that I do this for likes and follows, and I be clout chasing. You know, all this stuff is said about me, you know. All this stuff is said about me, everything, you know, in terms of my image, you know. And it's sad that when I die, right, all of a sudden, most of that hatred is going to go away, and people are going to act fake. Oh, you know what? He wasn't even that bad, you know. I was hard on him because, you know, I never really understood him like that. Yeah, okay. Let me tell you something. And, you know, I'm not I forbid this from forever even happening to come. But then again, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. If something was to ever happen to me, okay, then I forbid it. God forbid, you know how how people say, but if something ever happens to me at a young age, you know, if you ever had something bad to say about me, if you feel a certain way about me now, or you've been talking behind closed doors towards somebody, I just want to let you know that when I transcend, I will be one with the Most High. I will be one with the most divine, supreme creator, and I will be with my ancestors. And when I'm one with the ancestors, and when I'm one with the Most High, just as the Most High knows all and see all, I will know all and see all. So I will know your true feelings, and I will know your true hearts, and I will know how you feel about me as I left this earth. So I would know if you're being real or if you're being fake. So if you hate me now, keep that same energy when I transcend. And again, like I said, God forbid, you know, hopefully, you know, I fulfill the mission that I was sent here to do. You know, but if something happens to me, I don't want no fake love. You know, don't send me roses, you know, at my funeral. Send me my roses now. You know, metaphorically speaking. If I'm going to get love and support and motivation, let me get it now. Don't tell me how much of a good person I was and how much I was for my people. Don't do that when I'm dead. Don't do that when I'm down in the ground. I'm just being real. So that's all I wanted to say for today. I just wanted to get that out, that Nipsey wasn't a messiah. Nipsey wasn't the closest thing to God. You know, y'all gotta stop that. Y'all gotta stop idolizing this man. You know, I wanted to talk on his relations with the music industry, but then again, that particular video, it shouldn't be said in this video, because I really wanted to get this particular message out. And I know that would really filter and that will kind of fog up the whole entire message of this video, and people would get mad and their emotions would get the best of them. But Nipsey is not nobody to be idolizing and upholding, because it's got to the point where now they're using Nipsey to talk down on black men. Oh, Nipsey, he has so much knowledge in this and you niggas ain't shit. I've seen it happen. People have been using Nipsey to the point where Nipsey used sages in his house, and the woman was like, you niggas don't even know what a sage is. Well, what man doesn't know what a sage is? You know, you know, and you know, it's just like y'all use any type of aspect from this man and then uphold it on a exaggerated pedestal and say like, oh, he was one of the greatest. You know, it's sad because, you know, a long time ago, niggas was using Lauren London, you know, as being somebody to chase after, and they were bashing black women. Y'all need to be more like Lauren London. Now Nipsey Hussle has passed away, and now you have these black women who will use Nipsey Hussle and be like, oh, yo, I haven't done the stuff he's done, and look at the stuff, and look what he said, and look what he did. Oh, y'all niggas can't compare to that. So now you just as sick as the niggas who were chasing after Lauren London. Not to mention Lauren London isn't black. Lauren London is a quadroon, if you will, because her mother identifies as black, but her mother is mixed. Her father is a white Jew. Don't take my word for it. Do the research. You can even look at her mother and tell that she is mixed, of mixed ancestry, but her mother is mixed. Her father is a white Jew, and she came out as a quadroon, just having more of a fair skin, right? And so then she ended up having kids with Nipsey, who is not black, right? You know, he got black in him, but he's not black. And so they had kids. Kids aren't black. But, you know, then again, if y'all want to proclaim him as being black, y'all do so, whatever the case may be. You don't have to listen to me. People are out here saying that I'm hating on Nipsey. People saying that I got this rage and I'm jealous of Nipsey and I'm riding his coattail and I'm talking on this because it's a trendy topic. It's a trendy topic, but I'm not getting no positive stuff out of this. If I wanted to get something positive out of this, then in terms of getting followers and likes, then I would say stuff that would, you know, I would be idolizing him just like everybody else would be. But I'm trying to inform and enlighten the minds of black people concerning this very topic, because a lot of black people don't want to listen when it comes to this very topic. You know, a lot of people want to shield out the truth or the information when it concerns this very topic, and that deals with celebrity idol worshiping, right? Where you worship and you idolize a person that you never met, seen, or knew personally. It's kind of like the same form of sickness that Christians have. You know, somebody was trying to argue with me about the information that I provided on Nipsey, and I was like, what's the evidence that you have that what I'm saying is wrong? It was like, I'm living evidence. I'm living evidence. I was just like, See, now you sound like the Christians, because when you ask Christians how you know Jesus is real, oh, Jesus is real because I'm a living proof, I'm a living testimony. Ain't that what they say? I'm a living testimony. The stuff that he done for me, and when I get that feeling, that's the same thing they're saying about Nipsey. And so now they're turning Nipsey into a deity. You know, and again, you know, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. If I'm not talking about you, if you are just honoring him and not idolizing him, then this message isn't for you. But this message is for the black people who are idolizing this man who believe that God so loved the world that he gave us a good Crip. You know, that he built with a black woman. He didn't build with a black woman. The most revolutionary thing that a person can do, that a black man can do, is marry a black woman. And he wasn't black. You know, he grew up in the hood. He grew up in the projects with other black people, you know, but he wasn't black. You know, just like Colin Kaepernick isn't black. Just like Obama isn't black. But we seem to, you know, take in these people who are of mixed ancestry and we want to proclaim them as being black. They're not black. But then again, that's a part of our ignorance that we have within our community. You know, and I don't know when we're gonna get rid of this sickness that we have as a people, where we have this form of cognitive dissonance, because it doesn't matter what I present to black people when they have made it in their minds that this man was just one of the greatest or the realest out here. You know, I could talk about anybody else in the same position as Nipsey Hussle, and they'll agree with me. But when I deal with Nipsey Hussle, they take it as a form of I'm hating on him. No, I'm just presenting the obvious to you. I'm presenting the facts. But I'm not going to put it in this video. I'll make another video. But until next time, I'm Tyrone. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for listening to everything that I had to say. I know this video was long, but I just wanted to get this particular message out that Nipsey is not a messiah. He was not the savior of black people. He was a good man that did stuff for his community, you know, outside of him in the, you know, the stuff that he did within the music industry. But other than that, you know, he was a good man that did stuff for his people within his community. But you cannot say that he was a messiah for black people. You can't say he was a messiah in terms of him being a revolutionary fighter. You can't say that he, you know, that he was in the same category as Malcolm or Huey P. Newton or Fred Hampton. You can't do that. Okay, and I want to leave this with you. Nipsey died at the age of 33. It's a Masonic number, 33. Okay, and I'm gonna leave that with you at that. But until next time, I'm Tyrone. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this with other people. Comment below what you felt about what I had to say. If you like what I had to say, if you didn't like what I had to say, let all that be known in the comment section below. And subscribe to this YouTube channel and support my clothing line business. The link to that will be in the description box below. But until next time, I'm out.
I'm a true terrorist.
I would never doubt that this is where I belong. You see what I've become. My life has moved so fast. My work is never done. Through the looking glass, I see no time for looking back. The past is in the past. The future's in my grasp. In a place mentally like it's meant to be, heaven sent for me, the universal entity, drive matches intensity.